Okay. So, happy Tuesday, everyone. Good that we are here in Satsang. So I'm expecting one or two folks to join later in the session. So let's talk about. So, Yuan, I'll send you this link. I think let's talk about this. I think if you can pull up the link, I can talk about this article. Actually, this article, Q&A on inner strength, the formless force, practical wisdom from Adhyatmik Vishya Mimamsa, or a treatise on spirituality, or a FAQ book that Guru Maharaj wrote. So it basically starts with something that actually is very impactful. So what is spiritual power or inner strength? And it says truthfulness, fearlessness, and universal love are the signs of inner strength. So one, if you can look at the link in the chat, if you can pull that up, I think that'll be nice. So what is spiritual power or inner strength? Truthfulness, fearlessness, and universal love are the signs of inner strength. So Guru Maharaj defines spiritual power as not being external, but and about influence, display, or mystical achievement. It's, more internal. A spiritually strong person becomes more truthful, more fearless, more, loving, and that love is unconditional, selfless, far higher kind of love than we usually are used to. So if I continue, so many people imagine inner strength as control, dominance, or personal willpower, but spiritual power is more higher. It it actually gives us that ability to be truthful when it's very hard, very difficult. It helps us to be calm and fearless when fear is contagious. And selfishness, is everywhere around us. To be selfless, we feel it's actually all of this, gets muddled in the narrative we hear, and but if you're taking a spiritual path, taking a path that makes you rise, vertically, then it ought to, make you more truthful, more courageous, more loving. And, I think that's one of the key ideas here. Then the second question was, what's the form of spiritual power? So it has no form, it's formless. Spiritual power cannot be seen, It has no shape, no color, no external outline, uh, but then it is not known as some visible characteristics, but through its effects, like fragrance, cannot be seen, but it can be experienced. Spiritual power is formless but real. It changes the atmosphere, it changes the conduct, it changes the thought, and the presence. It becomes different. So one may not see it, but one can see its influence. So, uh, you know, um, an interesting part is that people often seek visible signs, like an outer spectacle, a sensational experience. But Guru Maharaj here, you know, talking about truthfulness, fearlessness, universal and selfless, unconditional love, all that are the real effects, are the real signs of, you know, higher, operating at a higher level. So, and we have talked about this several times, that when we look at, you know, how, um, you know, Panditji Maharaj or Papaji and Guru Maharaj used to, um, you know, their whole um, effect on people was that peace was felt immediately in their vicinity, and when you come in contact, uh, you know, you could literally feel that absolutely and totally. So now, how does one gain spiritual power? So this is about meditation and satsang. So he says that if you want to grow your spiritual power, meditation and satsang is the way to do it. Um, so receiving um, spiritual, you know, energy, spiritual um, strength, inner strength, receiving or attaining it is all through, um, you know, meditating the way we do here, and satsang, which is the group, uh, part of the group experience. So inner stilling and Guru's grace. So first, you know, meditation calms you, restrains, uh, you know, so the restless mind is restrained. And till the point that consciousness is agitated by desire, fear, distraction, mental noise, spiritual depth cannot stabilize. So stillness, you know, increases the receiving ability, the receptivity. Second comes grace, transmission, guidance, upliftment received through true satsang, the living influence of the guide. So that is the key. One may prepare the soil through effort, but flowering of inner life requires a higher touch. Spiritual growth is therefore both disciplined and gifted. So, so in a way, we are talking about some balance here. So it's not just personal effort, with, however, personal effort is required. And then the others say that it depends only on grace. Guru Maharaj unites them, and seeker must practice sincerely, calm the mind, remain receptive, but real growth still comes through grace. So a farmer can till the land, plant the seeds, protect the field, but sunlight and rain are not in his hands. So practice is like preparing the field. Grace is like the rain that makes growth possible. So, and then he talks about, so we talk about the three energies that impact uh, our meditation. So restlessness or restless mind, which is the Raj or Rajoguni mind, and then the more lethargic state, which is Tam or Tamoguni forces and tendencies. So those two, so the question here is that what are the impediments to receiving or attaining spiritual power? So what comes in the way? And that is the restless mind, which is the Raj, and the lethargic or, more, um, heavy, inert, clouded, negligent, resistant state of mind, the tamasic mind, and the rajasic mind, which is overactive, agitated, hurried, ambitious, constantly stirred by desire and reaction. So that's um, so one scatters the energy, and the other just doesn't, buries the energy. So spiritual progress requires that both be recognized and gradually overcome. The seeker must neither live in restless overdrive nor sink into passive unconsciousness. So, these forces are not merely ancient categories, they are deeply relevant. Restlessness appears in constant stimulation, compulsive activity, endless comparison, inability to be still, and lethargy appears in laziness, emotional numbness, escapism, indifference. Both keep consciousness from becoming clear and available. So a pond cannot reflect the moon if its water is either being disturbed or thick with mud. So the same way the mind cannot reflect the truth when it's either too agitated or too clouded. All right. I think let's get into, process that makes us go deeper into our awareness, our consciousness, as prescribed by Guru Maharaj. Let's practice that now. So eyes lightly closed and still and relaxed posture. So that is for inward orientation. And then think of this presence or conscious source of this transcendental energy in form of light. So this light is entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we are getting completely and totally immersed in this light. When mind wanders away, which it will, just bring it back to this thought and this thought alone, that transcendental energy in form of light is entering our heart distributing throughout our body, and we are becoming one with this light. We'll start with music. When music fades away and we go deep into silent meditation, let's start now. So happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome, Ashley. And so my apologies. I think I should have tested the link. It was going to the website rather than to um, this link, but the link that I have sent you, that stays the same for Tuesday and Saturday sessions. And Saturday sessions, people from UK and Bay Area and all and India also join. So that's so as we were it, so I was actually trying to see if I could repeat the instructions, but I think you got it. Basically, um, we feel the presence of a conscious source in form of light, transcendental light, and that light is entering our heart and distributing throughout our body, and we are getting immersed in this light. So that's pretty much how we try to embody this energy and replenish our energy. Start with that in the morning, wrap up the day with that approach. So a while ago, I actually recorded a video around this whole process, the way I have understood it. So I was thinking, I was planning to play it when you join. So I think let's watch the video and then we can take any thoughts, questions, and comments after that. So Juan, if you could play the video, please.
So I'm Sanjeev Kumar, recording in my home in Jaipur, India. And this is Guru Maharaj, Dr. Chaturved Ji, who established Satsang, a unique guided meditation practice almost a century ago, once he found what he called the ocean of peace. Through the process that his guru Lalaji Maharaj taught, basically made him practice. So satsang is a way in which we try to manifest transcendental energy in form of light. And the question usually is that, why light? And I feel it's one of the most powerful manifestations that can be thought of. Imagine that you feel that you are in presence of the cosmic energy. Sun with its being the source of enormous energy is probably one of the most important aspects of all life on Earth, while it is 93 million miles away. But then in the galaxy there are thousands, maybe millions, billions of suns, and we would rather imbibe that energy that makes us feel powerful. That is what is out of body experience, and that is what is higher consciousness. That is what is higher awareness, that we are not just a minute part of that energy, but we are that energy. And just when you manifest that, when you try to become that energy, the way you feel is so empowering, and that basically takes away all the worldly miseries and things that we tend to get bogged down with every day, almost instantly, effortlessly. So all we have to do is somehow figure out how do we connect with that energy, and once we are connected, it's a home run. So now the question is, one, how do we connect? Then second, how do we stay connected? Third, can we store that energy and leverage it when the connection is no longer in place? So my father used to, so first my grandfather described a process through which you can connect with that energy. And his entire meditative practice was just that. And I share that freely. I basically talk about it. When I talk about satsang, I'm talking about how do we connect with transcendental energy in form of light. Then second is that if we are able to connect, how do we stay connected? And then how do we store that energy? So if you think about energy, it's like, are you receiving? So there is a concept of a receiver. So and then there is a source, but then you have to receive, right? And then when you receive, the question is, are you able, what's your capacity, right? So my father used to take an example of a solar cell. Now, solar cell is very interesting when it comes to energy. It first, you will have to make sure that the sunlight is coming to that device. So that's the connection. It's not like a wired connection. It's a subtle connection of the energy, right? So your orientation ought to be right, and that orientation becoming right is part of your meditative practice. And then there is a capacity. So once you receive, then you need to have some ability to store that energy. So even like a simplest form would be a street light has a solar panel on top. It continues to be oriented towards the sun, grabs that energy, stores it, and at night, when sun is not visible, that energy is used to light that street lamp. Similarly, you could do the same. So you basically manifest that transcendental, that cosmic energy, and through that meditative practice, evolve and basically enlarge your capacity to both to receive and store. And once that happens, there will be times when you're not oriented right, but that stored energy would come handy. So my father's example used to go a little further. He used to say that you got to have that orientation. So the device needs to be oriented towards the sun. Similarly, a guru or a mentor or a person who has advanced his meditative practice or satsang would figure out ways to orient himself towards the source of energy. That's also referred to as tavazze. Tavazze is a concept when you connect and you orient yourself towards the source of energy. Once you have done that, if you continually practice your meditation, you continue to manifest this transcendental energy, your capacity and your receiving capability continues to rise. So that is what practice does. So everybody says practice, practice, practice. Why? Because your orientation gets better, your receiving capability gets better, and your storage capability gets better, so that in the down times you're able to leverage that energy which you have acquired through your meditative practice sessions. And group sessions, collective energy is higher, so those help a lot as well. So orientation, connection, receiving and storing, and then that's basically the concept here.
Okay, so Ashley, this was primarily for you. I just thought, this is kind of a relevant video here. So you also signed up for the 1 week course. After day 0, where I talk about the posture, what time, when, and all that about the meditation. The first day is about silence, and silence plays a big part in this meditation, which these days I feel it's not very, in vogue. But silence is when you can really hear the inner voice, and connect with the higher self in some ways. So yeah, I think make sure you save the link. I'll keep. I think I'll make sure the link I send in the reminders is right. But I'm working on that reminder schedule now, so I'll do that. Any questions? Any thoughts? Yeah. No, go ahead. You were saying something?
Oh, no, I was just going to say thank you. I don't know why I couldn't figure that out sooner. So thanks for sending me the link.
No, I think I thought it was a different link. Turned out to be something else, but we'll fix that. So yeah, and as I said, I think as you move along, just don't feel free to ping whenever. And I think the 1 week course, I think I have another person recently going through that, so they went fairly okay till the 4th day, when I actually discussed the whole path, or a model, which I have learned from the writings of my grandfather, from being totally materialistic, a worldly person, to accomplished spiritual person, or call it enlightenment or whatever. So that journey, has been broken up in 5 parts or 5 milestones, and that I have tried to describe, and that in my 5-week course, I have taken the whole week to describe that journey. But it is, I think it's it's an involved model, but I kind of introduced that on day 4. So I'd like to see if you have any feedback. I'm actually asking a lot of volunteers to take the course now, so we'll see how that feedback will give me some ideas of how to tweak it.
Okay, that sounds good.
Sure. All right. And Poonamji, thank you for joining so early from India, and happy birthday.
Pranam Bhaiya. Thank you.
Yeah, too early in the morning. So, but yeah, have a great day. Have a great year ahead. So, happy birthday again. So, Omkar, any other thing before we wrap up today?
Hello, good evening, everyone. Nothing from me. It was a great session. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we talked about some deep subjects. It's all good. Yeah, good session. So thanks, Ashley, and Omkar, and happy birthday, Poonamji, and Rain. Namaskar, Rainji. All right. See you all soon.
Sadat Pranam Bhaiya.
Bye.
Happy birthday, Poonam ji.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhaiya ji.
Namaskar.